Dragon cleaning. All right, look at this. We've got the Yoda balls underneath. Oh, man. I have so many curtains up nowadays. So many layers. This is a Charlie teaching, by the way. We call it mule magic. I wonder if Star is going to come through and say, I stole it from her. Mule magic. Where Charlie layers 50 magics, and then another 50 magics on top of that, and another 50 magics on top of that. And it's like, it creates a mule carrying a boatload of people and magic. So it's like, I have so many layers. All right. There's one after the next. And there's just so many that like the curtains wouldn't hold them. And I had to develop a system to be able to hang everything where it wasn't like tearing down the curtains. Because you would see them fall off sometimes. All right. Dragon cleaning. So we're going to do Charlie Bear or your dragon. But I'm hearing that you guys need to do a healing on Charlie Bear. So we're all doing a meditation on Charlie. And then you take the protocol and what we do, and you do it to your own dragons. What we're going to video for today is the shortcut for the ANR. So we're going to do another page of genomes, and then another page of genomes. But you have to then, after the cleaning, then go do the individual genomes. So it might take 2 to 3, you're going to have to. It might take a few months. But when you come to me, when you submit the dragons, I should be able to look and with a check mark go, yep, that's done, 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 done. And within an hour, I should be able to have seen all the genomes on your dragons complete. So you might take a number of months to do it. If you want to submit the dragons at the end of the year, that's good. Gryffindor, Nexa, that's going to be something. If some of you are like, oh, I'm not even close to my dragon, then I go, oh, well, you're not even close to Gryffindor or Ravenclaw. Oh, I can't even feel my dragon or see my dragon like that. You're not even close. Okay. So you can close your eyes. Here is part of my charity wand, but I like to use it as like a vampire stake. Seriously. You know how many times I've had to stab the ground out of sheer frustration? When I do it, it was when I could hear like Elijah praying for knife rape in the astral planes, and then I would send the stab energy down into the ground to break the pattern. The amount of Gryffindor is not glamorous. It's war. And it's painful and it sucks. But it's needed. All right. Ravenclaw's not going to be glamorous either, but some people might like it much more. You have to like thrive in war. Thrive to be in Gryffindor. It's not about being tough. It's about being to take on conflict and not drop your vibration. It's about being able to keep your head while under fire. That's Gryffindor. It's about being able to speak truthfully and in heat of an argument, never use your words with malintent or dishonesty. So it's not speaking frivolously, even though you're being yelled and shouted at all day long. You're going to have to think quickly, cleverly, while under fire. Ravenclaw, the thing about Ravenclaw is they have the Gryffindors as a buffer so that they can think 50 other layers higher. So the Gryffindors are the first line of defense. All right. When I call somebody a piece of shit, I mean it. That they can redeem themselves. But I'm very, very mindful with my words. Okay. Charlie is a dragon of integrity. Honor, integrity. So you should tap into his energy. He is tired because we've been doing all the work in the Hell Realms. And he is constantly having to hold a strength grid, stay strong, while we're cleaning out all the diseased energy. All day long. He has taken also knife rape up the bottom. Stabbed in the eyes. So we're going to do a nice cleaning and healing on him. All right. So we calm and center our energy. I love using my wands for the genomes work. I love it. So imagine Charlie, and I imagine his spine. And this is the quick way. And I go A&R page 1. And I go A&R page 1, and I go the red dots that need to be turned off. The red genomes, where it says turn off these. I should probably read it right now. I'll just read them off one by one real quick. All Slytherin agendas: violence, irreverence, pride, separatism, excuses, knife rape, sex crimes, pedophilia, incest, cruelty, rape, torture, abuse of power, bureaucracy, red tape, inhumanity, manipulation, jealousy, envy, possessiveness, and lust. All right, so there were two. Okay, I need to pause this. All right, so the two things that we need to clean up the most for Charlie is the pedophilia and the jealousy. So we will do those individually also on top of it. The pedophilia, Charlie's not a pedophile, okay? But Charlie as the dragon had to take on all the planet's karma of pedophilia. Just like Lucifer had to take on all the planet's karma of knife rape and other disastrous torture shit, you know? while everybody jerks off and plays video games all day long. Okay. So we're going to go turn off those. And then we do this, I just do it on the book, and I go do the sweep on his spine. And I make sure all of those genomes are turned off. And there's crap in it. There's a lot of junk. And then we make sure it goes all the way down his tail. Look at those red dots and then turn it off again. So we're doing the middle worlds, the lower worlds, and the higher worlds. And then his neck and his brain. And red dots, and then we turn those off again. Now, we expand them and grow them out, and then we do the angel light locks on the genomes. This is such a quick and dirty way of doing it, but it's better than just the Ankh necklace. Then the angel aura locks. So then we do all of those genomes again. And then we turn them off again. Start with the middle. Turn it off. And then that's the angel aura lock. And already I'm feeling dizzy. So I can't imagine what he's feeling like. All right. The next one is that we're going to take that body size and we're going to do the lower world. So we're going to go all the way into the lower worlds and see if we can get it where it's even rooted into the bottom of the clipith. And then we turn all of those off. We're going to do the Yoda balls in a minute, but I want to catch up. So turn off all those. And those ones are much more stuck. Yeah, that's better. So that starts bringing in the dragon's power into the planet too, just so we understand. All right, and then we go angel light lock on the feathers. And we do it again. Red light, all the red dots that need to be turned off. And the lower worlds up to the bottom of hell. And then all of those turned off. With the angel aura. So your dragons also, they will never manifest on this planet until they're like clean. Like physically. Some might. That's not a good sign. Like, no. We want the clean, good dragons on the planet. That's it. Okay. So push that energy over there. Now, Dragon. ANR. Genomes. So already right now it's just like way much. So now I'm going to try to do all those red lights, all of them, all the way down to the bottom of the clipith, and turn them off again with Yoda balls. Somebody was like, oh yeah, my dragon's not as bad as yours is. Might have been a light dragon. Okay. My dragon is like severe and grounded. You know why? Because if it wasn't, I'd be out of my body all day long. Okay. Now for the higher worlds. Red lights. About the size of the dragon. Turned off. Switch to the other side. And then Angelite blue locks. And then we reach all the way up to DNA that goes into Gryffindor. It will literally say Gryffindor in block letters with the colors of Gryffindor. I'm not kidding you. So the DNA that because the dragons need the Gryffindor level DNA. So at the worst, all that, wherever it says where its DNA, it climbs into Gryffindor. And then all of the red lights turned off. Somebody's like, are you kidding me? It's that simple or like easy or fun and interesting. Yes, but it's work. It's simple, but it's work. God. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now make sure the angel aura locks are done. And then make sure the Yoda balls DNA and locks are done. Oh, this is just delusion. Where's my physical dragon? That's amazing. Yeah. So now we're like, yeah, this is where we know good things are happening. Okay. So that's page 1, just the red dots of the things we need to turn off. Page 1, turn on the dragon's spine. These are the blue dots, passive DNA that hasn't been turned yet on. It is, oh, we need to go and redo the pedophile and the jealousy. So those were the ones that really popped out. Because I see Charlie get jealous. And we need to make sure that the pedophilia is done off the planet completely. Completely. So all pedophilia energy that Charlie might be carrying in his body turned off through the spine. And that looks already turned off. Through the tail. Through the head. Ah, it's the head. It's the neck. It's gross. All of it. Get all of it. Charlie. All the spine. There we go. That's better. We don't shame our dragons, dude. We just clean them because they're like filthy from like stuff. Okay. And then we go Oh my god, I just feel the pedophilia energy on the planet cleanup also. So that's amazing. Now, in the lower worlds, make sure all the pedophilia in the underworld is turned off completely. Oh, we need to angelite lock all that stuff too. And then angel aura lock it. And then Yoda balls lock it. That's pretty solid. The lower worlds, all of Charlie's pedophilia turned off. See, it's the lower worlds. It's not on, it's just not off. Like, God. Okay, so like let's turn all of that off actively. Come on, Charlie. There we go. How could you tell if it was on or off? You would see a wing or like calcified energy on the opposite direction. So he didn't have anything like on. It was just like empty space going that way. So then we go. You'll see it. I do healings to like clean out the active stuff, but you should be training with me like in person to do that one. I don't trust you guys. All right, so that needs to be angel-lighted. And then we go. I make sure mine's turned off. Oh, we're gonna do me later down the fucking road. Let's do Charlie. And then okay. Angelite in the lower world. There we go. Charlie's like a higher world dragon, even though he's so grounded. You guys, he was the first dragon that could get across the Ravenclaw Nexa. Before Lucifer did. Just so you guys know. That's why, like, he's like God's favorite dragon. Okay, then we have, he's obedient. That's why. And loving. Angelite, Angel Aura. All right, from the higher worlds up to the Gryffindor, all the pedophilia off. There we go. Ah, there's my dragon. And there we go. Yeah, Charlie kind of is me, you know? Your dragons are like a reflection of you, dude. Just so you understand. It's like owners and their dogs. It's like, yeah. You got, nobody gets to say Lucifer's a piece of shit on this planet. If you guys are saying Lucifer's a piece of shit, you guys need to go jump off a cliff. Okay, Angel, Aura, Angelite. Nobody even has decent enough karma on this planet to ever look at Lucifer and go, Lucifer's a piece of shit. 0. All right. Now, before we go on to the turn on blue dots, we need to turn on the opposites of all the ones that we just turned off. So, all Slytherin agendas. Violence, irreverence. So, all Slytherin agendas turns into Gryffindor and higher agendas. Okay. Gryffindor and higher agendas, non-violence or non-cruelty. Because a martial artist doesn't go for violence, but it's not that they don't vote for violence, but they vote to end it. Okay, so then we go non-cruelty instead. Reverence, pride, humility. Separatism, unity, or understanding the mirror prism. No excuses. Anti-knife rape. Or what's a better one? That one's more non-cruelty. Non-sexual violence. Non-sex crimes. Instead of pedophilia, taking care of the little children. Rescuing them, praying for them, making sure that they have homes and food and shelter and are not being sexually abused at all, ever, or exploited in any capacity. Incest turns into twin flame relationships, cruelty, non-cruelty, rape, not torture. Abusive power turns into good power. Or healthy power. Bureaucracy turns into healthy boundaries. Red tape turns into like healthy HR. Inhumanity turns into humanity. Manipulation turns into calculation. And there's a reason for that. Jealousy turns into love. Or like, because it's like, I love that. And so I'm angry that you have that and I don't. So just, I love. I love that. Or admiration instead of jealousy. Envy, same thing. Possessiveness, freedom. Or liberating other people. Lust, chastity. So we're turning on all of those genomes right now. So those are all in the current blue dots in his spine. We're turning them on. He didn't really have those on at all. That's sad. This is why we have to do all these protocols. Man, he's gotten me this far. He's gotten me this far without that. Oh, that's genius. All right, so then we go. That's how you look at all of it. Is you go, I'm this good without these things, man. And then we go Angelite, 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 and then the Angel Aura on all of them. And then the Yoda balls. Good. And then and then the tail. You'll see them in the blue dot section on the left-hand side, and we're going to flip them on. He didn't have those on either. He was really excited for doing the dragon cleaning. He was like, I'm going to be the first one. And he's been wanting me to get this done like for the last few days. Really intensely. And he's like really like ashamed and loved at the same time. It's a dragon bath. He's the first dragon to really get this done. This is good. We should do. I don't. I'm gonna do Lucifer's privately. You guys can do Lucifer's after you guys write a genome book for Lucifer. That'd be good. All right. So the tail is now Angelite, Angelora, Yoda balls. That's excellent. That shifts a lot of the energy on this planet. And we're just in one column. Okay, for the underworld. Oh wait, we gotta do the neck and the head and the neck. So the blue dots, we're gonna turn on. He had a lot of those on, or he's turning on himself right now. God. That's better. And then we go. Angelite. So like tomorrow, I'll go through each individual one and see what's turned on and off. But that's like a whole other day. Angel Aura, Yoda balls. Because I can think again. All right, then we go. The underworld on Charlie, all of those DNA strands, those in the underworld, all the way to the bottom of the clipith. Turn them, find the blue dots, and then turn them on to the right. There we go. Oh, Angelite. Angelora. Yoda balls. Angelite, Angelora, Yoda balls. All right. I'm trying to debate if I need to do this video longer. If I need to do the other programs so you guys understand what's required. Or if I'm going to go through every single column. So we'll do one more column and then we'll do the other systems, but I'm going to do the remaining 6 pages myself. I'll videotape it in case you want to be a part of it and do the work. with the video, but you don't have to do it with my voice saying what to do. All right. So the higher worlds going up into Gryffindor. Find the blue dots. Turn that stuff on. So that stuff's already cleaned out. That was an easy turn on. And then turns to Angelite, Angel Aura, and then the Yoda balls for the locks, the wing locks. Whoa. All right. Man, I wonder what I can do. What am I going to be able to do with a clean dragon? 50 times more work and capacity. It's like your computer slows down and you're like, and then you delete all the energy and then you reboot it with like a new software program and then your computer works again. And you're like, yeah, what can I do with this? All right, to turn on. Page 1. Slytherin into Hufflepuff. I'm just verifying all the stuff that we just did. There's some cleaning out more. Oh my god. Maybe I won't feel so possessed by demons now. Oh, somebody's trying to message me. Crap. If it's Kelly. Yep, it's Kelly. Done. So excited to work on them. Yeah. All right. To turn on. Slytherin into Hufflepuff. Humanity. Real friend. Create independence. Oh, we forgot the jealousy one. We need to turn off the jealousy in Charlie. So we're just gonna go through the whole strand in the higher worlds and the lower worlds and go jealousy off. Angelite lock that. Feather it. Angelite. Jealousy off. Angel Aura. Sometimes I do a whole new strand. Sometimes I just feather it with more of the crystals. Jealousy off. God, this is easy. And then the Yoda balls. Yeah, not jealous. That needs to be turned on. Through the whole, yeah, there we go. He gets jealous of the other dragons because what he is an Omega. So he'll get beat up a lot. And the other dragons sometimes will think they're his alpha, and they're not. So it's not nice or good. We don't want our dragons to be like hurting each other ever. So that's why it's like Gryffindor, at least. Even Seamus Finnegan and Dean Thomas were assholes to Harry Potter, like, just so you understand, like, that's the baseline of how the dragons should treat each other. At the worst. Okay. All right. Not jealous. Angelite. Not jealous. There we go. Angel Aura. Not Angelite feathered. And then we go Yoda balls. Yoda balls feathered. That's pretty good, Charlie. All right. Sometimes Charlie is jealous of me. No, that was Lucifer. Okay. So then we have Slytherin in, so turning on. Slytherin into Hufflepuff, humanity, real friend, create independence, healthy earth element, healthy water element, healthy air element, healthy fire element, healthy ether element, healthy spirit goo element, healthy lava element, healthy marshmallow goo element, healthy honeycomb goo element, healthy aloe honeycomb goo element, healthy Yoda balls goo element. That's a big one. Healthy angelite element, healthy angel aura element, healthy lightning element, healthy metal element, and healthy wood element. Now, the Tara just popped into my head and goes, I'm really excited. I realized I could just do it like this for myself, too. Yeah. So we like to do these individually because it gets much deeper, but it's nice to do them in a block. As it's like a maid coming in to do a cleaning, or another like 5 maids coming in to do a deep cleaning. So just that. All right. So we're gonna see if we can do it from the bottom of the Clipith all at once, up to the Gryffindor sign. And we're gonna go turn on. That's kind of a mess. That's a disaster. So to keep my dragon from going insane, I'm going to do one of these pages a day. And I'm going to work on all 5 different dragons at the same time and do 1 page at a time. So it will take a week. In 1 week, I'll work on 7 dragons. But I won't make them all do all of it at once. Charlie said, that's insane. It really should be a month. We should be doing 1 column at a time. But yeah, probably. All right. The next is to turn off. Oh, wait, we need to angelite it. Angel aura it. We just ripped through, death to Charlie. Ripped through his DNA. And then we go Yoda balls it on all the feathers. All right. So that feels good. And then we go turn off. Turn off Slytherin into Hufflepuff. So just turn off Slytherin, or stagnant Slytherin. Slytherin doesn't ascendio. Turn off inhumanity. We already did that. Fake friend. Bondage. Unhealthy earth element. Unhealthy water element. Unhealthy air element. Unhealthy fire element. Unhealthy ether element. Unhealthy spirit goo element. Unhealthy lava element. Unhealthy marshmallow goo element. Unhealthy honeycomb goo element. Unhealthy aloe honeycomb goo element. Unhealthy Yoda balls goo element. Unhealthy angelite element. Unhealthy angel aura element. Unhealthy lightning element. Unhealthy metal element. Unhealthy wood element. So all of those should be in the red column. And then we're going to look all the way to the bottom of hell and then ascendio into the Gryffindor sign. So all the red dots. And then I'm finally hearing there is no rush in this. This is the magic for the planet, but we want to get it done as nice and efficiently as possible. So turn on all, or turn off all of those elements, or turn off all those things. And then Charlie says, I love you now. That's a good sign. There we go. Angelite. Angelite. Angelite locks. Angel aura locks. Yoda balls locks. So the Yoda balls I see, like, it might be the different colors than the Yoda balls you see. All right, so that's page 1 of the A&R. So what I would do is I'm going to go to Charlie's page, and I'm going to go A&R page 1 in bulk. Oh no, where's my, pen? The bulk is completed February 4th. Bulk February 4th. And then we're going to just write Gryffindor. So we went from the bottom of hell to Gryffindor. If you want your dragon to be a Ravenclaw, do the Gryffindor DNA and then do another sweep for Ravenclaw. They need the Gryffindor team energy. Okay, so then you just add to it. All right. Next, we're gonna do the fake honeycomb ball. This is, so normally I would go and I'm gonna go through and do page 2. I'll do tomorrow, and I'm gonna start getting Lucifer and the FBI and my own and the MMS and Hathor, and I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna start getting like a system going to get a bunch of these done at once. All right. But I'll probably do one column at a time, and then like the next day I'll do its opposite. And then the next day I'll do the next column, and then the next day I do its opposite. And so that would take probably a month. So that's why Charlie said a month. Okay. The fake honeycomb ball. We're going to collect all Charlie's traps, contracts, or anything. Anything that is sabotaging the Ascension, sabotaging Gryffindor or higher. Anything that's not in alignment with Gryffindor or higher. For Charlie. Okay. So we collect all the contracts, and we collect 1 layer hidden contracts. And then you see a lot more shit. And you look in the middle worlds on the planet, and you see there's a lot of shit on the planet that Charlie's in contracts with that doesn't need to be existing. So we melt it in this thing called the Gryffindor lava honeycomb, and we just layer the planet where all the contracts are in the Gryffindor lava honeycomb. Now we look in the underworld. The Clippeth, the underworld. And we go, what's any traps, knives, blades, contracts, anything that's junk or gross in the underworld. And you see it's pretty clear. And you go 1 layer hidden. It's pretty clear. 2 layers hidden. All right, there's some stuff. Gryffindor lava. 3 layers hidden. Oh, and there's some shit there. Fuck. All right. So now we gotta clean out the shit in the 3. There's some evil, weird shit there left over from, like, I don't know when, the Dark Ages? God. All right, so that gets Gryffindor lava'd. We don't need the kids to, like, fall onto some fucking trap that was left over from the Dark Ages. Like, from any dragon or person. All right, and then we go 5th layer hidden. It's actually pretty clean in the underworld. There might be some torture devices still left over. Some of the dragons have torture. A lot of the dragons had torture devices for a long time. This was not a good planet, you guys. Simon and I have been cleaning that up intensely for the last month. This is gross. And then we got all the dragons across the Gryffindor nexus. So they did a lot of work on themselves to even, like, get there. All right, 6 layers hidden. Oh, crap. Now we are like, oh, the middle worlds. we have all these hidden layers. Crap. What the fuck do we do with all these hidden layers? All right, so now we're getting a fake honeycomb ball. All right. 144 layers hidden. Now you imagine a strip of boxes, 144 layers in. Going down to the Clippeth. So the lower worlds, 144. And then you might see the dark shit in a couple of the boxes. So then we go into those areas and then lava that. And we send those intentions. Okay? But then we do 144 layers wide. And then we see that might be like a parallel reality spectrum. Anything that's hidden. And Charlie's pretty good. Like, that looks clean in the underworld. There were a few. Now, as the cleaning's going, it's like a lot of fuck you energy coming at me, and that's not nice. Sometimes when you do the cleanings, like you like a demon or a ghost might pop out through the fucking wall. I've already seen, like, weird, gross stuff. They might actually manifest physically too. So just be mindful. And that's why we strengthen ourselves with Gryffindor lava as fast as we can, and Cobra acid. Okay. Now we go 144 layers that way. And we see any of the weird demon shit. And there might be some, so he's still enabling Star to exist in the underworld as like an Ursula. So I see Ursula like hanging out. And so like we need a lava that. So she's like traveling in between the layers. All right. So that's the lower world. And so it kind of makes this like compacted cube. And so we call it the fake honeycomb ball. Compacted cube that you compact it with Gryffindor lava and you clean out all the different layers of the Hell Realms in this little cube. So then Charlie's underworld. So I'm gonna Cobra acid honeycomb it and make sure that permeates any of the disease. And then I'm feeling Charlie's clear in the underworld. We know we still have more work to do, but it's like a good initial cleaning, okay? It's good initial. So we go underworld. Under the fake honeycomb ball, I'm writing underworld complete. And then I'm gonna do, so I'm muscle testing, yeah, that's good. And then I'm also doing a tarot, yeah, that's good, but like there's still stuff like that needs to, there's like emotional processing and other stuff that still needs to get cleaned out. Probably maybe more. So a really good honeycomb ball is that times 144 layers that up and then out. And that's the real honeycomb ball. So that's the one where it's like, somebody's like, can you please do that for him right now? It makes me feel so much better. So then we get all those little compacted honeycombs and we go 144 of those horizontally. And then 144 of them going back. And then 144 going up. He goes, I am not a dragon. I am just love. That's the response. So then I pull a tarot card, and then it's the three. So this one's much better. So underworld complete for Charlie as I'm building that psychically. It takes time. I have to like actually see it and feel it. Otherwise, I don't say, oh yeah, I just did it because I emanate the grid or the intention. I have to like actually see everything build and feel it build. Sometimes it takes like an hour. But I'm gonna pretend like it's built. So my genome, follow through on my intentions, should be on with Angelite Lux and Angel Aura Lux and Yoda Balls Lux. Why did they, there we go, the angel aura locks. When you follow through with your intentions, you could like leave that going and you know it's gonna build because you trust yourself, because you know you do your work. And so then like when you trust yourself and you know you do your work, like that the next day you show up and it's built for you. But if you don't do your work, it ain't gonna get built. So it's like it's a weird thing. There's a tipping point of magic where if you continue to perpetuate the movement forward, it develops its own like AI system. All right. All right, so for the middle worlds, this is why we do the fake honeycomb ball instead of the real one, because just the idea of like getting the real one done, like my brain is going ah. So the middle worlds, Charlie 144. He's okay. 144 wide. This is where there's ick. And it's probably from like lifetimes and other star systems, and there is no grid. And there is a grid, but there is no grid. Revelio. And I'm just kidding. I have no love for myself right now. This is way too much processing for both me and my dragon. So that's where we're at. So that's why we do the fake honeycomb ball instead of the real one. Do the fake one first, and then some like a month later, after you've done the fake one for the underworld, the middle worlds, and the higher worlds, like then do the real honeycomb ball, and like one at a time. Like one day you do one, and the next day you do another. All right. See, I'm just going to be dragon cleaning for the rest of existence. That's the job of Archangel Kamael. The Hufflepuff Cook. All right. This is a quick alchemy we're using to bring the Muggles into Slytherin and then cook them real fucking fast. You ready? So we're doing this on Charlie. Not like he's not a Slytherin, but we're gonna do the cook on him because it's a nice healing. So we're gonna imagine Charlie, the big brown dragon. We're gonna put purple grape goober all over him. First thing, like create some independence. That's also like this. It helps all the spirit integration and makes it easier and more understandable and nicer. And then we throw the marshmallow goo all over him. Somebody's like, I don't do any of this stuff for my dragon. Any of it. Narcissist. Okay. Now I feel Charlie's violence is being tempered. Okay, so then we go the honeycomb goo. Just the regular. So we throw Charlie and Salviohexia honeycomb goo. All the way through his tail, his feet, his hands, everything. Okay, the next thing we do is we have 3 Ankh necklaces. So we put 3 different Ankh necklaces on him. They're all like different lengths. Now, one of the Ankh necklaces does the anti-knife rape protocols, but really fast. It's not great, but it's like an initial healing for the anti-knife rape protocols. It's kind of like a little gold or silver Ankh with the necklace, and then it just go whoosh, and then the wings just spit out, and then the Angelite locks and the Angel Aura locks and the Yoda Balls locks go real fast onto those wings. That's the cheap and dirty way. Yeah, we could heal the world real fast if we were praying, throwing those Ankh necklaces on everyone every day. Seriously. Then we have the Hufflepuff Halo Pack. So this is like 50 to 1,000 halos, and it will just layer right over his crown chakra. And what you're going to see is his DNA. It will go all the way to Gryffindor. And what you'll see is the wires of his DNA will wrap around the halos, connect to it, and then climb all the way up to the Gryffindor DNA through his third eye. So he's like in Gryffindor. And we have the Hufflepuff spine. So one of the necklaces we attach creates a spine, and it's to demuggleize these people. This will not work for Azkabans. This only works for pre-approved individuals. But it starts to bleed out the Slytherin in them. Okay, so you attach this to the back of their spine, and it starts to wire in the Hufflepuff DNA. So you'll start to see the wires grow into each vertebrae and go yellow sphere, little green sphere, yellow sphere, green sphere, yellow sphere, green sphere, yellow sphere, green sphere. So it's Hufflepuff instead of Netsock. And then it bleeds into their spinal column up through each vertebrae. So he's fine getting a Hufflepuff vertebrae healing right now. A Gryffindor never looks at a Hufflepuff healing or initiation and goes, you know what it does? It strengthens the Gryffindor. So if you have a healthy, full-on Hufflepuff, like robust Hufflepuff, then you get a robust, healthy Gryffindor. If you're like greedy and you're like, oh, I'm just going to be a Gryffindor without a healthy, robust Hufflepuff, man, you get slaughtered. Seriously. So like, I had 1 month to go from Hufflepuff into Gryffindor, and then I got slaughtered. It would have been nicer if I had a really strong foundation. That's what happens. But this also is like for the people who are muggles who don't have 50,000 hours of training and they're like, I'm a Gryffindor. You're like, no, you're not. Like, you're not even in Slytherin, you know? Like, you're like fresh out of Hode. Hufflepuff. So that spinal column claws in, and then it goes into his brain. He goes, yeah, Hufflepuff, yay. No, whatever. And then it goes all the way down his tail, and then it goes into his claws. It will even go through his bones. We're bone grafting him for Hufflepuff. And then it goes through the tail, or his feet. He has arms and legs. He's not Drogon, but he is like Drogon, but he has like arms and legs. So that's the spine. So that creates a lot of processing. So Charlie, what's that process? It doesn't matter. Next, we're going to coat him in the neon orange plasma goo. This is a Hufflepuff healing. It's like, it takes out Reaver and Knife Rape, and it takes out stuff. It keeps people from like going Slytherin, like when they're getting power in Hufflepuff. Is it like, it's kind of like the heroism from Hode gets like brought back up into like Hufflepuffs, but like into every thought and every emanation of energy. Okay, and then make sure his eyes are cleaned and his eardrums. In his brain. And then we go through each organ. We'll start with the prostate and genitals and reproductive. So we make sure grape jelly goo on that, marshmallow goo on that. Honeycomb goo on all of it. And then we do aloe honeycomb goo. And then we go rectum. Grape jelly goo inside of it. We might need to clean up some stuff with the lava from any of the knife rape trauma. Then grape jelly goo. And marshmallow goo. And then marshmallow, and then honeycomb, and then we make sure his intestine, we're gonna make him, it's like he has human intestines, or like all of his organs are the same as humans. Okay. Similar. They have a couple different things, but like, let's just pretend, and then when we get the downloads for what we need to change, we'll change it. So the colon and large intestine, grape jelly. His is kind of filled with junk, not doing so well. And then we Gryffindor lava any of the junky around it. We put Gryffindor lava charm, and then we do the aloe honeycomb goo, and then marshmallow goo, and then the regular honeycomb goo, and see if we can get it better. And then we do the small intestines. His small intestines are better than his big intestines. Yeah, it's like the opposite from mine. We'll get there. Grape jelly in his small intestines. And then we put the strawberry charm in his big intestines to make sure it just is like a human. And then marshmallow in his small intestines. And honeycomb in his small intestines. Yeah, that's good. And we have his appendix. Grape jelly. Oh no, he's really rigid. Oh man, Charlie. That's where he's really rigid. That's why we do a lot of like brick. But it's okay. I've never looked at Charlie like he was rigid, ever. So we clean that up. It's a nice jelly, and then his marshmallow and honeycomb. Charlie's like, I have another mother besides you. Her name is Hathor. I told you guys, Charlie likes me and Hathor, and that is it. Like, that's it. Okay. And then we go marshmallow. And then we go stomach, grape jelly, marshmallow, honeycomb. So we're going to basic cleanup. And then we cobra acid any disease out of the way. And then we go liver. His strong, healthy liver. Grape jelly, let's make it stronger. Good. Marshmallow. His colon was not strong and healthy, but his liver was very good. So now I know what I need to draw in my books on him. Like, I need to draw a stronger intestinal tract for him and like help him heal it. Gallbladder is a fucking rock star. Like, that's all I see. Grape jelly, marshmallow, honeycomb. And we got pancreas. You guys, I'm not sweet enough. You don't need to be sweeter. Like, starting to get too gooey is not good. Grape jelly, honeycomb, marshmallow. And then there's the kidneys, overworked. Grape jelly, honeycomb, marshmallow. And then we go, oh, so that's like the digestive tract, bladder. Pretty good. Grape jelly, honeycomb, lava. Lungs. They have 5 lungs. It's not like 5 lungs. It's like 5 sets of lungs. This is the toxic gas lung, the oxygen lung, the cobra acid fire lung, the etc. Like the different types of lungs to handle different exposures. Okay, so then we go all 5. Grape jellies, marshmallows, honeycombs. He's overworked. That's why we're healing him. And grape jelly. So now, like in my butter book, I would look at all of his organs and start drawing like the healings on his organs and like even color the healings on his organs that need to be done. Otherwise, it's just like, it's not fake. It's just generic instead of like diagnosed. And then we go marshmallow. And through the eyes. So we didn't do this all in I didn't do this all in the Hufflepuff cook with the organs, but it's like we're going to. We are going to, and like it will be part of the healing that comes through. It should be in the grid at least, or in the Hufflepuff bodysuits. Okay, so now we go to like the we have lungs, and then we have the heart. He says he has a bad heart. He doesn't have a bad heart. Grape jelly. See, I just put grape jelly and it's fine. Marshmallow. And then cobra acid, any of the crap that might have been bad heart. He's the heart of the planet. And then marshmallow, honeycomb, grape jelly. And then we have heart, lungs, liver, gallbladder, stomach, intestines, what other, kidneys, what other organs do we have? How about just his skin? So we're going to coat his skin again in the grape jelly. They have like this weird spinal organs, by the way. I don't know. They're like weird. I don't know what they're for, but like it's pointing me out like they're like little like lumps on their vertebrae that like do things. They might be filled with pus magic or something weird. But those will be grape jelly good, marshmallow honeycombed. And then we have we're going to do his nails and all that other stuff in a minute. He's like, I've been waiting for you to do that for a year. They all are. We're so gross. I'm pretty sure I'm looking at a woman on my Facebook pointing a gun at me. Okay, it's Charlie's muscular system, or Charlie's bone system. I'll just make sure that that's healthy and filled with enough calcium and bones and minerals, and that's good. All of his ribs are good. His vertebrae are healthy and good all the way down to his tail. And then his eardrums are good. His throat, vocal cords are good. Whatever thought, like we're going to do all of his endocrine system in a minute. So then we're a skeletal system. And so we're that skeletal system that has the marshmallow, high oat honeycomb, the high oat goo through all the bone structure. And then we go, that makes it more solid. And then we make sure that we honeycomb it on top of that, all the way down the spine. In between every vertebrae is a grape jelly goo and a honeycomb slab. Little thin. All right, now we're gonna do the fingernails. Oh, wait. We're gonna do the muscles. So just look at his muscular system. Put the grape jelly on his muscles. I feel like I have way too many dragons to take care of and not enough people that aren't even nice enough to help me take care of them. And grape jelly all through his muscles. Why? They're too busy joining sex cults. To invoke magic power. Other. So the grape jelly on his muscular system. Make sure all the muscles through the tail. Tail is good. Muscles through the body is good. Through the legs. Muscles through the arms and hands and fingers. Muscles through the face. And we make sure his eardrums are good, his eyes have a honeycomb protection, and then salvioxia, cobra acid, self-defense for anybody trying to attack his eyes. The spikes on his back, and then we've got the wings. They're bones, and there we go. The bones need to be good for his wings. And then the grape jelly on his wings, on the muscles, and on his wings. We're starting to feel whole again after everything, so that's good. Okay, let's dump bisque all over him. It's got bisque cream to help rebuild any of the protein structures that need to be rebuilt. He says his heart is not empty anymore. That's good. His knees need to work some work. So grape jelly on his knees, honeycomb on his knees. And the butt. And then all the scales, there should be like layers of different gels on the scales. So it should have like one layer of salviohexia grids on each scale, another layer of protegototalum on each scale, another layer of salviohexia on top of that on each scale. And then there is and then there is the pain release. So now he has like the chance to process, and it's gonna push all the crap in his body, his pain through. All right. Am I missing anything? His endocrine system. So they have pituitaries, just multiple ones. Please, grape jelly that, marshmallow, honeycomb go that. Pineal. There's like 3 pineal glands in a dragon. So marshmallow, grape jelly, honeycomb, the pineals. The thyroid. I'm seeing it looking exactly like ours. Grape jelly. And then we have like a thymus. There's a secondary thymus. It looks like another smaller little butterfly in the dragon. So grape jelly, honeycomb, marshmallow. The adrenals. So overworked and underpaid is what it says. Ditto. So is mine. So we're gonna put the grape jelly on. It's so generic, but it does such a huge difference. Marshmallow and then honeycomb. And then, so we'll do prostate for Charlie because he's a male dragon. Some dragons are both. Some dragons flex between. Some dragons are definitely male dragons, and some dragons are definitely females. So some of them are, they literally will have like go from male to female. Some will actually have like both genders and the parts. So like middle sex. And the other are normal ones. So, what's normal? Nothing now. So, prostate, clean that. Grape jelly, honeycomb, marshmallow goo. All right. Now we're going to put a green healing salve. That's like a moss all over him. All the way down his body and up his body. And it's like a self-healing, grow organically with time. And then we're going to put another layer of honeycomb on top of that. So you soak them up in moss. That moss is like, it might heal infections or anything that's just not good. He has a cracked, not a vertebrae, a spike. So that needs to get bisked. So there are things that need to get done, just like on the planet. He has like cracked claw too. His teeth are pretty healthy. Lucifer's teeth were not very healthy. So we just do the white high oak cream with mint to go on the inside of each tooth, just like humans. And then go all the way down the vertebrae that take care of the teeth. I haven't done that with him for a while. Then we put a pearl goo on it to make it even better. Take care of it, wash it, and then we floss it. Make sure that it's not gross stuff that goes up into his brain. Floss it, floss it. Okay. So what else do we need to do to take care of our dragon? Eardrums, all of it. And make sure the moss goes on around the eardrums and does some self-healing. And then we put some cobra acid on that moss to help out, clear out any of the ick. Nervous system. We're going to do a coat of jelly on his nervous system. It's kind of translucent of a coat. It's filled with like cream and like some grape and then some cobra, like chartreuse. It's like, it's got different, it's like a pearly translucent on his nervous system. Bone, muscle, nerve, circulatory. Okay, his veins. All right, let's just grape it. Then we throw the phthalo dust at his face and we make him breathe it in. It's phthalo green. And it goes into his lungs and it goes through his veins and it starts to heal his circulatory system. It's a mermaidy green dust. Dark mermaidy green dust. Circulatory, respiratory, and then it also helps heal the respiratory system, but that is a nice purple dust to help heal the respiratory system. So throw the purple dust at him, at his mouth and nose. It might make them sleepy. It will make them relax. And it also shifts the neural system in their mind, which is nice. So it's kind of like smoking lavender. But I can even feel my brain starting to relax and go into a really like kind of zen space because Charlie is not on edge. All right, that feels good. Digestive. So now we are going to give them a digestive honeycomb on his tongue. And it's going to go down his throat. Suck on it or eat it, chew it, down his throat. And it's going to start going through his entire digestive tract to clean up all the ick. There's a fire agate magic to that. It should go through his gut, through his intestines, and then seal him up, and then burn anything icky all the way down. And it will go through his urethra and through his rectum. Endocrine, digestive, reproductive, lymphatic, Lymphatic, we should do an indigo dust. They'll smoke like a little bit of it into their, just a teeny bit. It's like a blackie, it's like blackie indigo. And they just take in a hint and it just starts to open. It's like cayenne pepper, so it like opens up the lymphatic system. All right. Okay. Now we're going to bring lava around Charlie. And we're going to let Charlie get rid of any blades or any weapons or anything that is stuck in his body. Or even in the astral planes or the ethers. Hidden stuff in his tail. Yeah, he's still holding on to one blade in his spine, the back of his spine. But a lot of it's like the more stuff that's coming at him instead of him holding on to, because we've cleaned out a good amount by now. But he still has stuff in his claws. He has stuff in his arms, like blades. So all of these things are going to go into the lava. He has stuff in his teeth, where he'll make himself turn into like an Edward Scissorhands with his mouth. It's really sad and scary. We don't need that, Charlie. So that can be cleared out and thrown into the lava. The lava, the Gryffindor lava, that face. Pull it out. And then we do his feet, any stuff. He's got stuff in the back of his heels. 3 layers hidden, 4 layers hidden, 5 layers hidden. We're pretty good. Higher, lower, good lower. We need. And then all the stuff that's coming at him, like that people want to attack at him, that goes into the lava too. Because we don't need a bunch of people throwing blades at him all day long. Is that true, Charlie? That's pretty good. All right. So now we're going to paint his nails, his claws, with a healing salve. And it's also a get into Hufflepuff. How much longer is this video? 10 more minutes. So it's the this is the Hufflepuff cook. So we're gonna paint it the neon orange. And then we Hufflepuff paint his toenails with the healing salve. And then neon orange his nails, his claws. And then it just disappears. It's a healing. And then it helps him grow and help get clean faster. We also have the anti-knife rape protocol fingernail polish. So it's like half the nail is red and half the nail is blue, and it's sparkly. And so you see that, and we're going to paint that on his nails. His claws. And Charlie likes this. That's like what he created. And then we do the nails on his wings. On his little claws. He calls them the hooks. And we're going to paint those neon orange also. And Hufflepuff colors. Now he's ready for the bodysuits. So the third Ankh necklace is connected to the bodysuit. Now he's got DNA that goes all the way up to the words Gryffindor. And I'm like, eh. So like, but this is like the Hufflepuff healing that we ascendio also into Gryffindor. So it works both ways. One of the Ankh necklaces gets put on him, another one. And it throws a spinal strand all the way up to the Gryffindor sign. And you see wires. Now the first level creates a Hufflepuff suit around his body. And it's like yellow and green cubes or squares. And it's like a pajama, and it goes around his hands, and it goes around his wings, and it zips all over his face. So he's completely covered in Hufflepuff. And then with each spine strand up, it's another layer. But in between each layer is like a goo marshmallow and maybe some honeycomb. So we do what first layer, and then Charlie says, and the grape jelly. And then we do the next layer. And then so do you see how it's like, so he gets one layer done and he goes, but I want to go into Gryffindor. But you only have one layer in Hufflepuff. And it's good to have like lots of Hufflepuff. It's good for the aura and for the soul and the body. So if you were to go into Gryffindor, it feels kind of thin. And you don't have like a lot of like oomph to handle Gryffindor. So we're going to do a lot of the Hufflepuff. And so we blow them up. And that's why it's called Hufflepuff. So we blow them up into like a lot of the layers in Hufflepuff. With the suit, and then we Cobra Acid honeycomb charm that to get out any of the icky demons. And then good. The amount of people that try to like jump into my body to like make me do something to clear out demons is like so hypocritical. It's bizarro. Like they jump into my body to make me do something to like clear out the demon stuff in Charlie. But they're demons. It's so weird. Okay. So then we have Charlie's and like 50 layers of Hufflepuff gear. And there's adequate marshmallow and honeycomb and grape in between each layer. And that's where he starts to like feel healthy again. Now we throw on another Ankh necklace, But this is the Gryffindor one. And so then he gets the Gryffindor suit. And then it starts a whole new ball game. So he has the strength from Hufflepuff to handle the Gryffindor stuff. And then each layer gets a marshmallow, but it gets cold here. And here's why. You're at war. So Hufflepuff's nice and fun and like lovey. But once you hit Gryffindor, that's why you want to have a healthy, robust Hufflepuff. So I throw on the Gryffindor suit. And we get the marshmallow and we get the honeycomb. But it's just not as nice. It doesn't feel as nice. It doesn't feel as healthy. It doesn't feel as good. It feels cold and austere and severe. Because that's the reality of the situation outside. And the Gryffindors, the Hufflepuffs, like, get to have some fun, you know? The Gryffindors have to, like, look outside and go, oh yeah, fuck. All day long. So now we have a healthy level of Gryffindor suits coming through. Gryffindors have 50 times more power. It's a weird thing. Because it's like, it's in Gryffindor where you like realize how little power you have. Like, and how everything's just scary. And that's where real courage begins to manifest. All right. So that's a good, healthy Griffin body. I'm feeling good about my dragon just now. I feel him with a really healthy Griffin body. He feels, we need to do a lot more, but he feels different. When you do the initial Griffin cook, it's chilling. But he'll become way more agile because of it. All right. Now we wrap him up in an egg. So this is the final part. We wrap him up in an egg with Salvio Hexia honeycomb goo. Put a high oak cream on the edge, on the outside. And we put 9 Worlds KBL, 9 Worlds Kabbalah DNA. And we also then, on the back side, we put 11 Worlds Kabbalah and DNA. So we can work on both of them with me. He said just the 11 is good. But sometimes it's nice to have both. We're going to throw on some red Helms of Awe snowflakes. Onto the egg. And we're going to throw in another layer of Salvio Hexia honeycomb. And then on the outside of that, we're going to do a cobra acid salvia hexia honeycomb to protect him from asshole's thoughts. All day long. And then we're going to put another layer of honeycomb goo on. And then we're going to do sunflowers. We're going to poke sunflowers into the honeycomb. And then we're going to put like a lemon chiffon translucent cream to coat over the goo. Now he's going to be a master at helping us cook the Hufflepuffs. And then we throw in it's a lemon sparkle dust. And it is to help him make sure that icky, gross energy gets clarity or cleared. Cleaning with lemon dust. All right. And then if he feels pretty good. So on our Hufflepuff cook, I'm going to go check. The final egg. Oh, I also like to end it with a violet flame plasma on the outside. Yeah. So it's a violet flame plasma goo. So it's like the flame, but it's a plasma. So it's like you can see the flame in the plasma. It's rad. All right. Final egg, check. So we did it all on February 4th. All right. Dragon cleaning. And don't forget the rest of the A&Rs that you have to do on your dragons. Thank you. Kali Ren out.